Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Be Great No Mistakes. I am Silky Smooth, and I told you guys that we were going to get back at you with more topics and more issues that needs to be talked about. And so today I am inspired to read a letter, and the letter is titled Dear White People, Dear Black People. And the letter starts off as Dear White People. Black people are not upset and not angry with white people as a whole. Okay, we are upset about what has been going on for centuries and years. It's not just about what's going on today, but what black people have been enduring for years, ever since we first was brought here to this country. And so we black people want you white people to know that we are not holding white people today accountable for what happened back then, what your forefathers did to black people back then. We know that you didn't have anything to do with that. And so, for whatever reason that you white people are out there feeling a certain type of way because you hear the word Black Lives Matter, it's making you feel in a negative way, as if though we are saying that only Black Lives Matter, no other race life matter, when we black people know that that is not true. We black people know that all our lives matter. All of our lives matter. Okay. Um, and especially to the creator who created us. We are all the same. We black people are not upset with anything other than the fact that the government is not trying to change life for the better for black and brown people. Black and brown people are still being murdered, killed in the hands of racist people, racist white people. Okay, let's just put it bluntly. Okay, and so black people are at a point now to whereas pressure busts a pipe, and we are not the same black people that we were back then when slavery was going on, when slavery was in existence. Um, and we also, as I said, we also know that the white people today are not the same as the white oppressors who had black people enslaved. Okay. Now, with that being said, black people also understand and know that there are racist white people out there. And if you are a honest white person yourself, you know that there are racist white people out there who still wants to keep the racism, the separation of people apart, that will do any and everything they can to keep black and brown people down. That's just being honest, okay? I believe that there are three types of white people. There are white people who despise racism and division. And then there are white people who don't agree with it, but go along with it for whatever reason. They don't confront it. They just let it grow, and they just stay out of it. And then there are the ones who are extremely racist. The ones who live and breathe racism every day, day in and day out. Okay, and they conspire to on conspiracies to try to stop black people from growing in America. Okay, but again, I say this, white people, white brothers and sisters, as I like to call you all, because we're all brothers and sisters in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the Creator, in the eyes of the Most High. that created everything. We're all the same. We bleed red, okay? I want to say this to you guys, okay? Black people are not saying that Black lives matter more. We're not saying that. White lives matter. Hispanic lives matter. Chinese lives matter. Indian lives matter. African lives matter. Every life on this earth matters. But let the truth be told. In America, Black lives have not mattered. Black lives have not mattered since the beginning of slavery. Black lives have not mattered since 1863 when they signed the Emancipation Proclamation to let Black people go. It was a conspiracy that was drawn up. The laws were made. The Constitution was wrote up by racist old white people who never intended for Black people to ever rise in America. Okay? And so Black people know that white people of today are not the same people that implemented those programs, those conspiracies to hinder Black and brown people from being equal in America. So to all of you white people out there who are confused, angry, um, Black people are not holding you accountable for what happened in the past. Many of us Black and brown people have a lot of white friends that we love and care for. And I know that's vice versa. There are a lot of white people out there who have Black friends that they love and care for. Black people have many Hispanic friends out there that we love and care for, and vice versa. Hispanic people love and care for Black people. Okay? We're all in the same game of trying to survive, trying to live before we die. Okay? So that's my message to white people. Okay? And for what it's worth, amen. Look, we Black people are thankful for all the white people who are out there protesting and who is trying to make a change as far as equality and justice in America. Okay? We Black people know that guess what? Injustice is injustice. And just as well so as it can happen to a Black person, guess what? It can happen to a white person. I've seen it on the news. I've read about it in a white person being beat and killed unfairly by the justice system. Okay? So I just wanted to say today and to speak on that behalf of Black people that we are not saying all white people are the same because we know they're not. We know you guys are not. And all Black people are not the same. There is good and bad in every race. Okay? Now, dear Black people, I am a brother who was just like you guys are. I'm Black. Okay? And I know the issues with us. Okay? We Black people have got to do better amongst ourselves. We cannot expect to make change in the laws, the unjust laws, but still be unjust with ourselves. We are treating each other with no love. We've got to stop killing each other out here on the streets of America. Okay? We have got to start caring and loving each other like every other race. White people love their race. Hispanics love their race. Indians love their race. But from the way it looks, is that we Black people don't love each other. We are jealous. We are envious of each other. And when jealousy and envy breeds hate. Okay? We have got to make a change within our race. We have got to start supporting each other. We have got to start speaking out on the wrong against each other, because too many times we sit by and we watch wrongness, injustice being served in our communities. We've got to start taking better care of our communities, okay? We cannot expect for anybody, another race, to fix our problem. Yes, I know that there is injustice amongst us. I know that there is injustice. The government is not fair as far as the treatment and the equality of Black people, okay? But we've come a long way. We've come a long way, and we still got a long way to go. We have got to start loving and caring for each other better than we do. We got to start nurturing our kids, teaching our kids the truth, the right way. Lil Ray Ray, Lil Shaquita, we got to start telling them and teaching them about love for each other, instead of sitting back letting them fight and hate on one another when we hear and see it. We have to correct that, because hatred is taught. Hate is taught, okay? You can take a dog and it's a puppy, and you can raise that dog to be loving and caring, the friendliest dog in the world. But then you can also train that dog to be that way, but then to be protective of its owners, of its masters, of its family when necessary, okay? We've got to start teaching our kids the right way of going by, of socializing with each other, okay? We've got to teach our kids that, guess what? Human life is more important than a pair of Jordans, okay? Human life is more important than a dollar, okay? And the way that we are taking each other's lives, it seems like we are putting everything else before we are putting Black lives. And Black lives matter. It just seems like it don't matter in our race, okay? We cannot expect for another race to treat us better than we are treating ourselves. And that is just fact. It is just the truth, okay? I grew up in the Jim Crow era. I grew up listening to my grandmothers and my grandfathers, and I grew up remembering that when a person was thirsty, my people gave them water. When a person was hungry, they may have not had much, but guess what? They shared what they had. They made a sandwich, even if it was a peanut butter sandwich, even if it was a mayonnaise sandwich, even if it was a ketchup sandwich. It was some bread with something in the middle of it, okay? It might have not been a gourmet meal. It might have not been the tastiest meal, but basically the thought is let me help this brother put something in his stomach, okay? And that is the concept that we don't have today, okay? We'll step over each other out there in the street. We'll pass by each other. We'll pass by a woman on the highway with a flat, and we won't even stop to try to help a sister, okay? So, we'll see a brother man, with his butt hanging out, okay? You ain't got to give him no money, but guess what? Hey, man, let me go get you something. Let me go give you a pair of underwears. Let me go give you some t-shirts. Let me give you a pair of socks. It's just love for each other. And this is what other races are doing for each other, okay? They are taking care of one another, and we have got to start taking care of each other, Black people. So anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I felt it was necessary to speak on this today because I hear so much. I'm hearing it from the white side. I'm hearing it from the Black side. And so guess what? I am trying to use my little voice, my platform to say, hey, look, hey, man, why can't we just get along? Okay? Because we all gonna die one day. We all gonna leave this earth here one day, so why not try to create heaven right here on earth? Because when we die, we don't know where we're going. We don't know if heaven's up there or if hell's down there. We don't know. But I do know that we as people, as a human race, we need to be trying to get along. Okay. And there are more of us out here want to get along, trying to get along, than there are the ones who are sowing bad seeds, sowing negative attitudes, the ones who are pushing division. We outnumber them. Okay. So, uh, basically, I like I said, man, it's so much I want to say, but for the most part, I hope that this letter, this heartfelt letter, man, is received in the right way, and and I hope that I have a dream just as well, so as Dr. King, that one day we will all get along in harmony. Okay, that's my dream. And again, I am Silky Smooth, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you tuned in to Be Great, No Mistakes. And we're going to get back at you with something else, man. We're going to keep this thing going. I've got a whole laundry list of stuff that I want to talk about. So I appreciate you guys tuning in to my new YouTube channel, Be Great, No Mistakes. And please give feedbacks, give comments. I welcome it all, and that's the only way that we're going to get better, okay? I love you guys, and we'll see you guys soon.